You go around his place after school.
Well, you see, he doesn't really have a kid.
He doesn't really have a kid!
I tell you what, guys, the Ezra Miller story is getting crazier every time I turn on YouTube or something else. I just keep getting notifications. I'm waiting for his honor or her honor to be in the court of law. Ezra Miller, you have been sentenced to 50,000 years in prison for being inappropriate with children.
It's 5 o'clock in the morning. You've just pissed on a dumpster. It's Miller time.
Oh, that is going to be the headline running forever. I mean, this is the guy who forced Gal Gadot to say down with the heterosexual patriarchy. You remember that awful clip I used? So an alleged insider says Ezra Miller ain't gonna be Miller time for this boy at 5 a.m. likely to be dropped from Warner Brothers Discovery's post-Flash DC plans. There's no winning in this. Now, I talked about this and that very ill-advised cover they've used for that miniseries for The Flash, or should I say The Flasher. But what I find very interesting, I mean, they talk about the Icelandic incident there, which I'm not going to go into again. But of course, I did a reenactment to that recently, where I'm wearing a red beanie and being Steve Zissou'd out of my head, which is pretty awesome. But yeah, I want to talk about this quickly because, oh yeah, look at that. Ezra Miller landing on top of Wonder Woman in Joss Whedon's ill-fated Justice League. That was an interesting moment, I would like to say, on that one. Now, there is one card left for David Zaslav, who's the CEO of Discovery at the moment. They've merged Warner Brothers. It's audacious as it may be, but it could be more soothing to a corporate bottom line, even to a fault. According to Deadline, the newly appointed CEO can also choose to lean in toward making the movie a hit and then drop Miller if they can't straighten things out.
Hi. Sorry? What did you say?
Well, I was just wondering why a single, childless man would want to hang out with a 12-year-old boy every day.
So if you're not aware, what this article highlights is that they've been trying to get Ezra Miller help to deal with these demons. The guy clearly has demons. Weird ones at that, by the way. And by the way, I think it's about 3 or 4 parents who have now taken out court injunctions against Miller to keep him away from their kids. I mean, in one instance, he wanted to pay for tuition for somebody to study in London, and then he wanted to buy another kid a horse. I'm not being funny. In this day and age where gaming is the big thing, you got your PlayStation, you got your Xbox, your Nintendo, whatever it is that you like to play on, why the hell would you want to have a horse as a gift? Horses, like any other animal, cost a lot of money, so why do we want a horse? And besides, your games consoles will actually outlive the horse. I'm just saying, horse lovers. Okay. Making this even more likely is that Miller has shown himself to be a far more toxic individual than the false version of Johnny Depp presented to the public by Amber Third via his numerous arrests, recorded assaults, and now he's facing of multiple grooming accusations. And we're not talking about GQ magazine, by the folks. Back in the 90s, when you can talk about male grooming, oh my god, it literally what it was. How do I grow a stubble? How do I spike up my hair? Or how do I groom my eyebrows? Sadly, those days are gone because you can't mention the word grooming now without thinking about people like Ezra Miller. The actor, he's not non-binary, he's a self-appointed non-binary actor. And he's a self-proclaimed life coach. I met somebody who was a life coach once, insufferable female who I had a brief thing with. Yeah, no wonder it was a brief thing because she was just an insufferable cow. God, I her. Allegedly used his status to get close to adolescents as young as 12. Didn't I tell you that? This week, his transgressions, interesting word, came back to haunt him when a Massachusetts mother and child issued a temporary harassment prevention order after accusing Miller of menacing them and acting inappropriately with the child. But where is the responsible parenting in this situation? If you're a responsible parent and you see your child is being supposedly Svengali'd or threatened subtly by someone like Ezra Miller, step in and punch the guy's lights out, man. What's the matter with these parents?
What are you doing with my son?
Wait a minute. What exactly are you suggesting here?
Well, I'm not suggesting anything.
Well, I think you are. I think you were suggesting that I've been interfering with your son.
Now, this kind of reminds me, if you want to dial the police on 911 or 999, wherever you are in the world, and if they're breaking any door, you can't really call the police at that moment. If they break in and they gain entry into your property, and then they pull out a weapon, then you call the police. That's when you're in danger. So I think what these parents are doing, these alleged parents with these alleged incidences, are waiting for Miller to go into the creep zone. Then they're going to make their, they're going to make their phone call to the court and get these warrants issued. And I don't know why they don't catch him in the act, have some actual proper receipts, like some WhatsApp conversations, any emails, any inappropriate photos that have been sent. I wouldn't put it past Miller to be doing that as well, even though we haven't heard that yet. Who is this, by the way? Oh, hello. Let's have a look at this. I think this is the person that Ezra Miller's meant to be friends with.
I've become aware that some people are saying that my statements were not written by me. I'd like to clarify that they are, in fact, directly from me. Nobody is controlling my Instagram account. I don't have a phone right now out of my own personal conviction.
Oh, that's a little. So she's 18 now, and her name is Takata, and she stuck off with the actor sharing a video to her personal Instagram on June the 10th, expressing disappointment in her parents and the press in every way for the handling of the Miller time situation. Well, of course she would, because if she had been friends with Ezra for the longest time, and he's probably, how can we say he's groomed her in that time? Oh, it's like, the Stockholm syndrome, when you fall in love with your captor. It's that situation here, I feel. It's just very, very odd. Well, you know what, folks? I've got things like housework to do, but I'm glad I've made these videos for you today. I hope you enjoy them. I hope you give them lots of thumbs up and share them wherever you can, because my subscriber base is growing ever so slowly. So thank you, YouTube, for doing that. I hope you continue to do the good work that little creators like me deserve, and other people are thinking of starting out on the YouTube platform. And on that one, folks, if you enjoyed this video today, you know what to do already. Like, share, maybe subscribe if you want to. And if I were you, I would check me out on the next video.